competent and qualified safety manager. Now, the safety manager will be the link between the fleet operator and, of course, the Federal Road Safety Office. Then we are now looking at the vehicle safety standard. The vehicles must meet the minimal safety standard. They must be roadworthy. And that is the reason why we carry out routine inspection at the various terminals to ensure that the vehicles are roadworthy before ever they embark on journeys. And of course, also looking at the driver's safety standard, like I mentioned earlier, that we are also looking at it that they equally have the right or the appropriate driver's license and, of course, valid driver. You will agree with me that once all of these are checked at this level, it will help to correct any anomaly that may occur on the road that may lead to traffic infraction. Now, what the court does is that on annual basis, we do organize certification for these fleet operators. And the parameters for certifying this fleet operator revolves around the three broad categories that I mentioned earlier, which is the operator safety standard, the driver safety standard, and of course, the vehicle safety standard. And at the end of the year, these operators, after the assessment, are either certified as A, B, C, or D, as the case may be. You discover that if majority of the fleet operators are certified either class A or B, you will agree that in the long run, it is going to help to reduce crashes, of course, on the road. Now, like I equally mentioned when I started this presentation, that road safety is a shared responsibility. As such, we shouldn't wait until when a road safety officer is there to tell us to do the right thing before we will do the right thing. And of course, and that is the reason why we also encourage that we do the right thing so as to drive to stay alive. Now we are now in the Ember months. There is this erroneous impression that the Ember months, that is the period where all the demons besiege the road and they begin to suck blood. How true is this? Obviously, this is a myth. This is not true. The problem is that this particular period of the year experiences high vehicular movement as a result of increase in human activities. And this also results in attendant negative effects, which result in the crashes that we see on the road. Take, for example, those who are into commuter operation. Now, a driver travels from, let's say, Onitsha, for example, and gets to Lagos early the following morning. And because you still have lots of passengers on ground, now the manager encourages the driver to go on another trip. Out of greed, because the manager dangles financial inducement before the driver, what does the driver do? The driver embarks on another journey. What do you think will happen? Of course, fatigue will set in, and this may result in a road crash. As a result of this, drivers will now begin to rely on the abuse of substances so as to stay awake during the journeys. And the abuse of substances like marijuana and alcohol does not actually help the driver to stay awake. What does it do? Alcohol in particular, it gives false confidence. And of course, this leads to dangerous driving, which eventually will lead to loss of control and will lead to crashes that may claim lives and their property. So that is the reason why during this period too, as part of our mandate to also educate and enlighten the public. That is the reason why we embark on massive public enlightenment program. And of course, nationwide, we usually flag off this program, what we call the Ember Month Flag Off program. And once that is done, we begin to carry out sensitization at the various parks and terminals to help these drivers to be able to drive safely on the road. In fact, during this period, what FRSC also does is to send teams to the various terminals, even using digital breathalyzers. We have digital breathalyzers that we use in running tests on drivers before they leave the terminal. And whenever a driver is tested positive and above the permissible limit, which is 0.05 grams per liter, what happens at that point is that such a driver is not allowed to engage on that journey. You agree that all of these help to curb the excesses of these drivers on the highway, and so, and as such, helps to keep our roads safe. So by and large, while these are all the responsibility of FRSC that I mentioned, clearing of obstruction on the road, prompt rescue operation, then patrol operations to be able to curb the excesses of drivers, arresting erring drivers, it is a shared responsibility. All of us have a part to play in this. If all of us appreciate the fact that our road safety is a shared responsibility and we do the right thing at the right time, I can assure you we can drive to stay alive. And of course, this Ember Month will also be a success for everyone. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Distinguished colleague, I don't think that clapping is enough for the paper presenter. Can we please give him a proper round of applause? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sir, please, can I have your name again? Sorry, can I have your name again, sir?
Godwin Uwemeni.
Godwin Ewumeni.
No, the Uwemeni is spelled UMWENI.
UMWENI. Okay. All right, sir. All right, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. As a matter of fact, I was just glued to listening to what you are saying. I don't know of my colleagues, but I guess everybody was glued too. So we will take some questions. I think my colleagues will have questions. So if you have a question, can you just raise your hand so that I can recognize you as fast as we can? We'll do this in the next 5-10 minutes.
My hand is already up.
Okay. I can see Funsho, Ashek Perry. I can see Kabiru. I can see, as I call you, the way I call you, you think you're just very short. Funsho, Ashek Perry, Kabiru Badijoko, and Romanus Uzo. So 3 of you first. Then when I see the next ones, okay, you can go on with your question. Any other person that has a question, please raise your hand. I will recognize you.
Good evening, good distinguished colleague, and good evening, our wonderful presenter, Mr. Godwin. We appreciate your presentation, very detailed, very comprehensive, and I want to thank the ESCO for bringing this timely update. I have about just 3 questions, and I believe our distinguished guests will be able to handle them. On the issue of roadworthiness, from your presentation, you made us understand that one of the things you do is that you do kind of a road audit, which is part of your mandate. But we discovered that some of these roads are not worthy for some cars, and yet you kind of charge commuters on that road for roadworthiness. certification. Meanwhile, quite a number of federal rules are not worthy. And we just wonder what role is expected of you to play. And also on the issue of driver license issuance, is it possible, can we have a better automated system such much so that issuance of a driver license can be automated? If we take example of some services we have in the banking industry or some other industry, now even in the power sector, that it is very possible for you back in the comfort of your home to do some processing of your something like your card, maybe your MasterCard, your Visa card, and the authentication will be done at back end of your office, and this thing can be out. For
Can you
example,
please make your comments very brief, sir, so I can take as much as you can, please. Thank you.
All right, thank you. On the issue of driver license, I've requested for a license for the past 6 months, and up to now, it has not been issued. So those are some of the issues that I think I may be bringing to the limelight. Some of your number plates, we discovered that quite a number of them bleached. I don't know what's your positions on some of these points. Thank you, so that I give opportunity to those who are also willing to make contribution. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, please, let me get this. You said you applied for the driver's license for the past 6 months and you have not gotten it.
Yes, February.
Was
a renewal? Is a renewal?
Was the license a renewal?
Is a renewal.
It's a renewal.
Yes.
Okay. Did you appear for physical capture?
Being a renewal, I was told it was not necessary for me to capture.
Okay. They did a bypass for you.
I wouldn't know the name you called it, but that's it. Okay. I didn't do any capture because
Oluwole.
No. I did it in University of Lagos. It's that University of Lagos is not. I went to that center myself.
Okay. So
yes.
Were you given a printed form? Were you given a printed form to drive with?
Yes. They just signed the document I took there.
Okay.
There was an automated stuff you do online, and you print it out for evidencing payment and quote unquote. So if there's anything I need to know, that's why I'm asking this question.
The reason I'm asking is this: once you do a bypass is that you will not capture again. Once payment is made on that form,
okay,
the information registers directly at our print farm. It does not take more than 2-3 weeks for the card to be printed, and it comes out. That's why I'm wondering, when you said 6 months, what you would do for me, please. Can you take down my number? Snap that license. Snap that license. Send it to me on WhatsApp.
All right. I'm taking your number, please.
Okay, 080.
Okay.
327.
327.
33. 640.
640. Thank you.
I will help to investigate that license.
All right. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, sir. So can I address the other question?
Good evening.
Wait until. Okay, I'm listening.
Good evening, Mr. Godwin.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much. Quick one. My question is not question per se. It's a clarification I need on this issue of the last question my other colleague asked on this bleaching of plate number.
Okay.
We noticed that the plate number, after some times when you are washing the car over time, they get faded up. And I've seen situation where most of the commuters were held on, and there were issues around that faded plate number. I just want you to clarify: is there anything that is wrong for the person that has a faded plate number? Is the person liable under the law for that?
Okay.
That's the question. Thank you.
Can I respond now? Please, can you hear me?
We can hear you. You can respond, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
Hold on,
please.
sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on, sir.
Please.
The three people like us should ask their question. They can respond to the three.
Let me add something to, although someone has already asked my question on the issue of plate number, because we discovered that this plate number, when you buy it in Lagos, okay, sorry, my name is Ibanugo Romanus Ozo. The plate number, and when you buy it in Lagos, after using this plate number for 1 year, and they are washing your car, you find that this plate number will begin to wash off. But when you go to a place like Abuja or Southeast to buy this plate number, you find that a different ballgame from when you buy it in Lagos. So we are saying, sometimes when you buy your plate number in Lagos, and maybe for you to protect it, you now cover it so that it will not be washed away. When road safety see you, they will stop you and start asking you, why do you cover your plate number? That is an offense. When you tell them that the reason why you're covering this plate number is for protection, for it not to wash, so that even when it's washed, road safety will still stop you and ask you, why are you using a washed plate number? So we don't know, is it the government that we're supposed to blame, or we that use our hard-earned money to buy this plate number? Who are we supposed to blame? And at the end of the day, if it's washed, they will fine you. When you cover the plate number, they say it's a penalty. So where are we going? Where is our direction? It's just one of those things that happen in this part of the country that we don't understand. If you go to outside Nigeria, other parts of the world, when you buy this plate number, you find out that this thing will last a long time to even when your vehicle dies. So why is it that when you buy that Lagos plate number, you begin to have problems with it? Thank you, sir.
Hello, Romanus. Make it brief, sir. Thank you. I'm sure Mr. Godwin have had you. Mr. Godwin, can you please take those three responses as quickly as possible, sir?
Okay. Can I respond now?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Well, let me start from the rear, because it seems the issue of the faded number plate is a burning issue. I could feel the pulse of those who ask questions to that effect. First, somebody equally asked if it is unlawful for you to use a faded number plate. If you are using a faded number plate, the law says you could be penalized. The reason is that your number plate is supposed to be conspicuous 100 meters away. What that means is somebody who is driving behind you 100 meters away should be able to read the number plate. So when it is defaced, you hardly can read the number plate, and of course it becomes an offense. That also goes for covering the number plate. You are not expected to cover the number plate. It's an offense for you to actually cover the number plate. Then can you hear me? Please confirm you can hear me.
Oh, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, we can hear you now.
We can hear you. Go on.
Okay, thank you. So let me reiterate. I said that it's an offense for you to use a faded. It's an offense for you to use a faded number plate. It attracts a penalty. All right. Then somebody raised the issue of registering a vehicle in Lagos, and the number easily fades more than those that are done in the East. I will not dispute that. I want us to also understand that Lagos State actually produces its own number plates. Lagos State is the only state in the federation that produces their own number plates. For other states that you mentioned, the Federal Road Safety Corps actually produces those number plates. However, the way we also handle the number plate also matters a whole lot. when you consistently wash the number plate, of course, with detergents, it easily defaces the number plate. Now, some of us, when also washing, especially at the car wash, if we are not observant, when you have sand in the rag or sponge that is used to wash the car, if you use it to scrub the number plate, it easily defaces the number plate. That is the reality. If we give close attention to the number plate, the way we wash it and all of that, I can assure you that it can last longer than we think right now. But I'm sure that we understand that the difference between the number plates in the East and the number plates in Lagos, it is because it's Lagos State plants that actually produces those number plates. All right, then the other question of better automation.
Excuse me, sir, please. Excuse me, sorry. Sir, please.
No problem.
No, sorry, sir, please. You said
no.
The way
you don't need to be sorry. That's why you invited me.
No, he said the reason why the plate number is being washed is because of the way the individuals use it. Those ones that are produced in the Southeast, don't they go to car wash? The one that produce in Abuja, don't they go to?
Well, this man, allow the presenter to answer.
Hello. Please, we're not here to antagonize the presenter. We are not here. It's a real privilege for the presenter to come to our midst. So he's going to give us his responses, and that forms an opening in case you want to engage more. So please let us not make it. It's not after you ask your question. Please, your question should be direct. Let him answer. If you have any other concerns, gentlemen and ladies, please. He has already given his number. The discussion can continue, but please, now he's our guest. We will protect, give him the highest level of protection so that he can answer these questions, and so that we can also take it from there. Please, gentlemen, thank you very much, sir. Mr. Gordon, can you continue, please? Just give brief answers. Very brief answers.
Thank you very much, sir. And at the same time, I want to sympathize with the man who asked the question. Let us allow him to also freely express himself. I can understand his feelings.
Okay, sir.
My feelings. That's what we are here.
I can understand. I would not feel bad at all. I can understand your feelings.
The last one I did, they told me to pay 20,000 for a new one. He's paying for 30,000.
This is a professional platform.
Mr. Ozo, we don't have all day. Mr. Ozo, we don't have all day to stay here. You know, this session is supposed to be about 30 minutes, but because it's our guest, we have allowed it. So please let us just stick to the time so we can have our normal meeting, please, sir. Okay, he has already answered you. You can take it off from there further. He's very open to answer your questions, sir.
Yes,
please.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. You see, the truth of the matter is that there is nothing we will discuss on this platform right now, to be very honest, that will change some things. It will not change the fact that Lagos State produces their own number plates. And it will not change the fact that some of the other number plates that you mentioned around the East have been produced at FRSC plant. It will not change it. The only thing we can take away from here, that since we already know that, okay, the Lagos State number plate defaces easily, then let us try to give it attention. All right, then the other one that talks about automation of the driver's license. Right now, the process of the driver's license, if we understand it, is very easy. If you are renewing your driver's license, you can actually do it in the comfort of your home. That was the reason why what I was explaining to the man who said you can actually renew your driver's license in two ways. It's either you appear for physical biometrics, that is capture, they will recapture you, or you do what we call a bypass. Once you are filling the form in the system, it is going to prompt you, do you want to capture? If you say no, immediately you complete that form and you make payment online on that form. The information will go straight to the print farm. And of course, your driver license will be printed. So far, so good. From what the FRSC has done, We have been able to upgrade the Nigerian driver's license to the extent that it is well accepted outside Nigeria by other countries. It is because it has met international best practice. In fact, the driver license you cannot. Then the last one, which is roadworthiness, that some of the roads are not roadworthy, and FRSC conducts road audits. I want us to look at it like this. If you look at the entire country, and it's all of us on this platform, we can identify systemic problem, if we want to be honest. Now, some of the rules are actually bad. That does not mean that FRSC is not doing its statutory responsibility of carrying out these audits. Now, statutorily, FRSC does not construct roads. FRSC does not carry out maintenance. FRSC does not repair. So what do? Once we